is Adar. For those who doesn't know me, I born and raised in Bali. I'm also the CEO and founder of Merangkul Foundation. This video about the stories about Merangkul Foundations of when I started, why I started, the experience, what's the pros and what's the cons. So back in 2018 is where I start all of this. I didn't start this name as Merangkul Foundation back in 2018, but I started my humanitarian journey in 2018. I remember I was 15 at that time, and I have $6.25, which is equal to 100,000 rupiah. I remember at that time I was sleeping over at my friend's house, and that's why my mom gave me $6.25, which is equal to 100,000 rupiah. And it was just a random thoughts I had with myself, and it was like, I'll ask my friend, I say, hey, like, what if we're doing like a food package and share it to like people that in the street? So it was basically just a blunt idea that I had at that time. So we did share it to people that is working in the traditional market. Like most of them are actually kids, and some of them to like a homeless that basically just walk around the street. That's where I started, and then I started to basically visit the traditional market where all of these kids live and work at. Some of them, sorry, they're not live there, but they work there. And I start to visit them often because I felt like our present, it was kind of like they were always excited whenever they see us. So that's what happened. That's how I started my humanitarian journey. And I started come there often and basically give them like education and basic English and basic histories. And I started posting on my Instagram stories, and it was surprising because it went viral, and like I have a lot of like people that are watching my stories, which something I did not expect because I didn't know it was going to be like that. And from there, I start my humanitarian journey even more. I dig deeper to it, which I join a few charity organizations. Relawan Bali, shout out to Relawan Bali and Ketimbang Miss Bali. So I started from there, and I experienced so much more that I don't even see when I first started. Like there's so many like people that live in a poverty that where I am from and I didn't know. So there's a time when I met a young lady that is pregnant, and she was 14 at that time, and she have no parents. The only reason why she actually got married because she have nobody to take care of herself. That's basically what she was telling me at that time. And she was one of the kids that is working in the traditional market. And I was basically 1 year older than her. Which is really sad for me to see it like there is some people like out there that really have more problems than me and more challenge in life other than me. So after, I joined a charity organization, I remember it was on pandemic. So I went to homeschool. So in my homeschool neighborhood, there's a land. And it was like, it wasn't a built land. It was like a land where it's a lot of like trees and everything. And find out that there's a old couple, like probably 80 years old plus that lived there 13 years with no electricity. So they lived there for a while, and I've seen her, which is the wife, like going in and out of that land. And I was like, who is that? Like, she got no sandals, whatever it is. Like, her clothes wasn't proper. Like, it feels like it just like doesn't sit right. So I feel initiated to like basically went to a restaurants or like a kiosk or something and give her food. And then from there, I started bond with her, and then she let me come to her place and find out that, like I said, she lived with no electricity for 13 years, and she had a husband that was sick. So I remember I went to her house and ate with her. I still have the video. It smells like really bad because I think she was pee there and probably take a shower there, and I think her husband is probably doing the same. And it was so heartbreaking because like, how could you live in a place, that place, my neighborhood of my school was actually considered as the richest, I mean not the richest, but like one of the rich neighborhood in my like city at that time. Well, I think it is still, but basically that's what happened. And there's one time I make a stories on TikTok. I posted on TikTok. Basically I just want other people to help her and her husband, because I felt like I was like 17 at that time or 18, I remember. Like, I don't have that much money to like, even help her even more. Like, she need other things like groceries and even electric. She lived 13 years with her husband with no electric at all. And I posted on TikTok and it went viral. Obviously it gained certain controversial with, other parties, but it was already set down and it was sorted out finally. But that's basically what happened. And that video went viral through a lot of Bali media on Instagram. And that's how everything started. I think that's when I realized that like, I want to do something more than just join a charity foundations or charity organization. And since then I start to like dig deeper, and then I think it was in 2022 it was basically a story that I want to do a charity way before I leave Bali. And that's when I actually start to finalize and like, okay, I'm gonna make Merangkul Foundation Instagram. I talked to one of my friends, I remember, shout out to Mitch, and shout out to, I forgot his name, I'm sorry, but shout out to Josh. What's his name, Josh? I don't know, but it was Mitch friends. If you watch this, I'm talking about you. So I told them like, hey, do you guys mind to like share it on Instagram about my charity event? If y'all want to join, if you want to donate, that will be like lovely. And then he basically saying like, why don't you just make a charity foundation? And I was like, I really do want it, but like, fear and doubt is always there when I want to do something because it scares me sometimes. But you know what? You gotta do it scared or never do it. So that's when I actually start Merangkul Foundation to basically finalize. And until now, Merangkul Foundation is relaunch, y'all. And we have a CEO founder. So our CEO founder is Puspita. She's from Bali. She's so amazing. I met her basically through I think meditation class or yoga class, and now she become my CEO founder. So Merangkul Foundation is not just going to be a platform or an organization only for Bali or Indonesia. The goal is to go global, to help more people far and near, outside or inside Indonesia. And Merangkul Foundation is also a place for a lot of people who want to join without being tied to it. So I want everybody to be able to experience being a volunteer in Merangkul Foundation. Everybody can join. The only thing that we need is that a genuine heart, because there's a lot of people that join a charity event and they're not even contributing anything. So basically it's just like, what is your purpose being a volunteer if it's not helping other volunteers and helping the community? Like some of them just being like just recording and stuff, so we don't want that. We have our next charity event in August. It's part 2 Lombok charity event. So for those who want to donate and those who want to volunteer, please go through our website and our Instagram.